Hello, good morning and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 9th of February and I'm heading to work. Another Friday, no, do you know, I'm out of frame. I know what I've done wrong here. Obviously you'll have noticed a few bizarre videos up on my YouTube channel. Let's just park up in this little slot here and sort myself out because I can't be doing with me all at a wonk. Hang on, come little thing. That's better. Look, you can see me now. And Bob's gonna say, "You look bloody tired, Mr. Cooper." Yes. Again, much midnight oil has been burned in the name of steamiting. Oh well, such is life. Yeah, so what I did wrong, I had this completely random idea that I'd do some sky time lapses, because time lapses are pretty cool and the iPhone does do its own time lapse. But what I thought I'd do is put my own little unique twist on it by taking the time lapse through the glass roof of the car up there. So I could do the sky through that. Then, of course, let's make it completely random and let's do a time lapse while driving of the sky, which opinion I think was divided on it. Some people thought it was quite good, others thought it was making them sick from the motion. I don't know myself. It was a brave effort, and you know, the thing is, you got to try stuff, and it either works, doesn't work. But at least if you try it and it doesn't work, you tried, and maybe you made something that was a bit different. So on the whole, I thought, you know, the concept worked well. The just static cloud ones were good. I'd like to do some more of those really, because I think clouds as they go can be quite interesting to look at. So yeah, I'd like to do a little bit more of that. Obviously it has left my camera on a bit of a wonk, but we'll persevere. Just sneak past here. All the busy traffic. So this week, yes, it's been a busy one, of course. When isn't it? Certainly for me, anyway. Last weekend, yeah, mooched about the house on the Saturday. Did some shopping on the Sunday morning, and the bleeping device. So yeah, my little radar device actually saved my bacon on Sunday. Would you believe? Heading down to local supermarket down Little Horton, which is quite a long straight downhill bit. Of course, there's a 30 zone. Being a long, wide, very downhill, so it's quite a steep downhill. It's, of course, very easy to pick up way more speed than you expected. And so, of course, heading down there, it's quite common to maybe do a little bit more than the 30 mile an hour you're supposed to. And I was heading down, and to be fair, you know, it was a Sunday morning. I was going to go and do the weekly supermarket shop. I was thinking about all sorts of things, not necessarily any of them to do with what speed I was doing down that bit of road with a zero traffic on it on either side, just nothing. You know, no pedestrians. It's Sunday morning, not a thing. You're driving along a downhill, wide road that's straight with absolutely no obstacles. You really, you know, you don't. And all of a sudden, chirpy little radar machine there goes blah, 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 and it does the special one. And the special one is when it detects a speed camera radar specifically. So that one, that's just like any old radar. It has a special chirp just for those speed camera radars. and it chirped up, and I'll confess, as soon as it chirped, my foot went straight on the brake pedal, and then I looked at what speed I was doing, and then I looked to see why I was chirping. So I was maybe actually doing 35, I think. I mean, I'd already started decelerating before I even looked at the speed I was doing, but maybe 35, I don't know, a little bit naughty. But sure enough, away down the hill, the speed camera van was parked up on the opposite side. So pretty sure Chirpy there saved my bacon and a speeding fine, because I would have been well in the fine zone, I think, without him. So
warning, speed trap limit 30 miles per
as
hour.
Annoying as that little Chirpy is at times, also great benefits can be gained from the little gizmo. Just picking up all those speed detecting things. The camera vans, you just don't know where they're going to pop up now and again. The fixed cameras like we have on here, alright, you know they're there, so you just pay attention, but yeah, the vans just roam about on the road. I kind of noticed I'm still on a bit of a jaunty angle with the video, but we'll live with that, I think. It's probably about as good as I'm going to get, isn't it? So yeah, that happened Sunday. Went to my dad's for Sunday lunch as usual. Well, cook him Sunday lunch. And yeah, that was it. Week at work has been, it's pretty busy, to be honest. I've kind of calmed down on the old Amazon and eBay front, just to give myself a bit of free space and time to sort out everything else that needs sorting out at work, which is quite a lot. I need to really get on next with job applications, trying to find someone to replace a member of staff that's left, and I'm really not great at that sort of thing. So it's kind of like, I know it needs doing, but I'm not getting round to doing it, and it might take me a while or so to get there, but is something that desperately needs doing at the moment, because there's a lot of work to be done, and there's no person to do it, so it's all hands on deck for the rest of us, and we're not getting anything useful done because we're just keeping up with the paperwork and phone answering and stuff. So yeah, it's a busy week, and on Wednesday I returned to Pontefract, would you believe? Second time with the actual machine that my customer had ordered, and then took back my training room machine, because obviously I went a few weeks ago. His machine hadn't arrived from Italy and he wanted to open, so we had to take him our demo machine. Well, I had to take him our demo machine and fit that, and then Wednesday I went back. I didn't go in the morning this time because the morning was a chuffing nightmare, so I went on
K-band radar check speed.
Wednesday afternoon to get there at 4, just so when the barriers went up again that trapped me last time. As it was market day on the Wednesday again, of course, so I didn't actually get in to Pontefract sort of market square at all, because it was full of vans and everyone taking down the market stalls. So just give myself a little jaunty. There you go. I can't adjust it. It's gone back in a funny way. So the trouble when you have crazy ideas and stick your your phone mount on the roof of your car and then adjust all its position and then try and put it back where it's supposed to be afterwards. It goes a bit wonky. So yeah, I couldn't get into the market bit, so in the end I just wheeled the trolley through the whole of the market, just me trundling along through the market with 2 groups, 70 kilo espresso machine on the trolley. Yeah, it's pretty average, isn't it, for you? So I had to do that twice, of course, because I had to take one in and then I had to bring back out the one I took 2 weeks ago. So 2 trips of me just merrily strolling through the pedestrianised areas of Pontefract town centre with a trolley and a 70 kilo espresso machine. And on the way back I also had the payment for the machine in cash in my pocket, so yeah, that was a bit interesting. Yeah, he paid up in full in cash for his machine, which, you know, can't complain at that, but yeah, it was quite a lot of money to be wandering about with. But so that was all good in the end, and I made it back again, and relatively it was, you know, half the time each way. But even I left at 5:15 on the Wednesday night, and I thought I'm going to hit all the Leeds M62 traffic, it's going to be a nightmare, and somehow it wasn't. Just no traffic. I don't know, I don't get it at all. So now, funny enough, these roadworks are supposed to start down here and I thought it was the 9th, but they haven't started yet, and the sign's now disappeared, so I wonder if they're not doing them. Mr. Nellis mentioned about these roadworks because he suggested I go down via the Raggles. I think I know where he's suggesting, but I'm not sure, Richard. I don't know if that wouldn't be a long way round or not, but it's school half term. Well, certainly my boy's off next week, so at least some schools will be off. So I don't know. What I might do is I might do Stump Crossway, and because he's off next week, it might also mean I can just set off a little bit earlier for work, which would perhaps miss some more of the traffic as well. So I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that, but certainly it'll be a bit of a rest for me next week, because I won't have to be getting up so early, which means I might get a little bit more sleep. Yeah, although not quite as much as Safi Sahara on Steemit, who managed a savage 30 minutes sleep apparently the other night, which is true dedication to getting out on Steemit and commenting on people's posts. I don't. It wasn't intentional for her. It was such an unfortunate thing. And I think she'd been up late, gone to bed, and then had barely been asleep, and her work rang her up and said a load of people called in sick. Can you start early today? What's the chances of that? But the most amazing thing for me wasn't that. It was come midnight that next night, when you know, if I'm up late, you can guarantee, or I don't get that many hours sleep, you can guarantee the next night, come 9 PM, I am sparked out. There's no good. I just stop functioning. I can do daytime with very little sleep, no problem. But then when it gets to the evening, that is it. I'm just completely, I just go out like a light, that's it. So I'll just zonk. But yeah, midnight that night, and she was still up again. I was just like, what? That is incredible. I don't know how anyone can quite manage it. So evidently some of the joys of youth, maybe, that that tenacity can live way beyond it myself. No, it's no good for me to be cutting the hours of sleep. I can't do that at all. But yeah, so on the whole, Steemit, busy week on Steemit again, flying through those posts, really trying to kick up my comment game a lot. Seriously, it's I don't know, sometimes I just sit and look at it and I think, oh my god, there's so many people now who need to be going and looking at their blogs and commenting on the work, and I'm just like looking, I'm like, keep saying, oh damn, I haven't been to theirs for like 3 days. Oh, they're gonna hate me, let's go there. And then someone else, and then it's impossible. It really is. I don't know what I've started with myself with it, to be honest, because it's just a complete and utter I don't know, it's become an obsession really, actually. I don't know, but it's fascinating. I'm really quite amazed at all the different things people post about. It's really, you can learn a lot, you can see some great stuff, some amazing pictures, and you know, the sort of the variety of what you can put up and earn well from is so diverse as well, from, you know, the artistic drawings and pictures that people are doing, people are posting like motivational things, poetry, poems. I found a new best buddy, and he's such an awesome guy. He's probably about the only person yet on Steemit who I can relate to, because I think we've got the same sort of ridiculously zany humour. So that for me was a massive bonus. I was like, I've actually found someone that I can be ridiculous with, and not feel that everyone else, oh no, the other people are just going, what, you're just random, what are you on about, you loon. So yeah, at Avas, I think it's Avas, on Steemit, it's top bloke. There's some really good laughs with him in Discord, and yeah, and the thing is, he has his own band, and he does music. He makes a lot of really funky jazz type, I don't know, he put a tag in that was ridiculously long and kind of hit every genre possible, and I was like, yeah, that's probably about it, but some really good tunes. And top bloke he is, I kind of said, oh wow, that's amazing, really loved his music, so I'd love to use some tracks for my YouTube videos, you know, because I do all these dash cam footage and whatever else. You must be getting all my YouTube followers bored of hearing the same old stock music. So I said, you know, could I use a track or two? And he was like, yeah, sure. So he sent me some over. So I have actually got some quality music now that I can put on the background of my videos. So hopefully with this one, I'll be throwing up some days footage, speeded up dash cam, just to support the Steemit posts. So I'll be dropping in some of those tunes with, obviously, I'll make sure that I cover all the credits to him and his band website as well as his Steemit account, you know, for my millions of subscribers on YouTube, but I'll include him in the Steemit vlog as well. So that'll be good. And yeah, it's just one of those many amazing things about Steemit. The random stuff happens. Another one entirely. Are you waiting? You're not really making any effort to show you're waiting, are you? You know, you could stick the front end out, use your indicators a bit. Go on, yes, in your big hat. It's not that cold, mate. It won't be cold in that Range Rover either. So, yeah, another random thing. Yesterday morning, I woke up and just looking through my notifications, and I saw a notification that Old Guy Photos had mentioned me in a comment. I thought, good old Guy Photos mentioning me, I'll go and see what he's talking about. And it turns out he was talking to some guy, I don't know, just on Steemit, someone relatively new, and they were discussing about the fact the guy started on Steemit and he'd done a lot of posts, he was putting a lot of effort into them, and he was getting $0.05 rewards and like 2 upvotes, and he was like, I don't know how to do it. Well, what do I need to give people that they, you know, upvote my work? Because I'm putting a lot of effort in, I think the quality's there, but I'm not getting the rewards. Go on, Van, because you'll be there all day, mate. This other van will let you out, because Van sticks to, oh, they're carded. You know, I'm putting loads of effort in, the content's good. I mean, he's a poet, and he sells his poets, he sells poets. I'm a poet seller. Do you want to buy any poets, mate? I've got a stack here in the back of the car. 10 for a £5 for your poets. Oh, that's a shocking pink. Oh, it's the Scooby-Doo actually one. Subaru Impreza pink. Hot pink as well. So yeah, no, he sells his poems on his own website, that's what I was trying to say. You know, I mean, I looked through his blog and the content was good, but of course the trouble is, you're starting out on Steemit, you need to get yourself traction, and there's no easy and quick way to do it unless you buy a ton of SBD from outside, and then dry mouth. Ooh, you cheeky monkey. Oh, I don't know. People today just diving about all over the place. So yeah, it was kind of like, what to do? I don't get it all, and it's frustrating. And it is, unfortunately, that's the way Steemit is at the moment. Unless you're paying a load of money in so you can buy yourself a load of upvotes, then you are a bit stuck. But I mean, what I missed, and good old Paul, old Guy Photos, he always said to me, you know, you just need to get about, get your face known, get around people, comment on people's work, they'll come back to yours, whatever. Never got it at the start, mate. Never. Took me so long. And I did. I spent God knows how long just plugging away with like fractions of dollars posts and things. And you know, it took a long time, but now that's kind of the same mantra I'm putting out to people who are starting out and want to grow on it as well. You've just got to get out and comment on as many posts as you can, and you know, people remember you for it, and they'll make the effort to go and look at your work because you looked at theirs, and the more you do it, the more come back to yours, and it all grows that way. Helps a lot if you can kick your post with some upvote funds, of course. I mean, that's what I'm doing mainly now, which is why pretty much every post I'm doing is at least getting over $100 rewards. It's not because of my good looks and charm, unfortunately, because I don't have good looks or charm, but it's because I'm throwing a load of SBD, and I'm actually having to throw more and more to get them over that 100 mark now. It's really frustrating. But I'm throwing SBD at the upvote bots to get that traction and get them higher, and once they get up that point, they just grow on their own. We think we'll park up in the car park again for Mr. Nice's words of wisdom. Swing in here. Let's wait for this lady. She's going to do her day's work in Dunhill. Right, we looked down last time, didn't we? So shall we look up? For a change. Oh, I don't know, actually, that's quite a nice view, isn't it? Let's just go down here. Look at that view over the magnificent Halifax and the hill and the white thing with an R on it. I don't really know what it is. Yes, splendid way to just sit and reflect with Mr. Nellis's fine words of wisdom. So let me finish first, of course, the comment bit. So yeah, so this guy, poet, nice guy. So I went and visited his blog, and you know, I threw him a little tiny bit of a snifter of an upvote through Smart Steam to give his post, one of his posts at least, a bit of better reward and spurring him on a bit. Dropped in a nice comment, and you know, I remembered that, because the thing is, the more I'm going about now, I'm remembering all the different people that I encounter in their specialist subjects. So I remembered Lime Poet, because I mean, she's a keen poet, so that you need to go and chat with Lime Poet, because she's a poet. You know, you're both poets, you can get on, you can help each other grow, whatever. And I also remembered Nerdin in Dubai, so, and he does quite a lot of poetry, but he also, I mean, he does a lot of varied content, and he's another one. You know, everyone does something different, so Nerdin's got quite a lot of specialists on business planning and business skills, and a lot of things like that. So he does a lot of posts on that, but he does poems and things as well. So I dropped a link to him as well, and yeah, and funny enough, a Lime Poet came back to me and contacted me just to say thank you so much for passing my name on to him, because it turns out they're both in Canada and relatively close to each other. So not only do they have a common interest in poems, but they also live in the same country and relatively quite near to each other. So that was just one of those little snifter of the things. New problem now. Nice view. Sun is in my eyes. So that's not good. Let's turn round. You've enjoyed that view for far too long anyway. Let's beep to beep. The people in Dunelm, if they're looking at it, what's that chuffing loom bag up to? He's just sat in his car talking to himself. Now he's turning his car around, and then he's going to sit and talk to himself some more in the car. What a complete Fruit Loop. So, yes, it's just all go with Steemit, to be honest. Oh, God. Always something, isn't there? So yeah, on the whole, Steemit's going great, loving it. I'll drop the links in to Steemit on the bottom of the video, merch link in bio, and yeah, let's do Mr. Nice's words of wisdom. I better go do some work then. God, it'll be nearly time to go home at this rate, won't it? Go home and do the real work. Oh, look, the sun's shining. I like that. Actually, I like that. Look at that, the sun's shining in the background, and emphasising the fact that I've got a spot on my nose. Oh. Sigh. Never mind. It's just for fun. No one watches these anyway. It's just to fill out that Steemit post. I could just not, but there's only Bob. Thanks, Bob. And Gordon Keenan and Darren Gator. And Darren, actually, yeah, I managed to catch up with some of your videos last night, mate. Sorry. I think there's about a month's worth of videos Darren's put up. I don't know, I've not watched any. Just, I can't. I cannot cope. Too many things to do. So, Mr. Nelly says, things to talk about on your vlog. This thing. Alex Winter Acabilis Preston saying Bill and Ted was therapeutic. Yes, well, do you know, have you been looking at my Steemit post, Mr. Nellis? You may have noticed I've started to throw in some odd gifs from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and also some other random ones from different films I think about. I quite like, I've seen other people doing it. It's one of those things, you see other people doing something, yeah, that's a good idea, like, you know, I really like that little twist of adding in a little gif with excuse me, a comment or point. So yeah, I've done that. Going to pause for a minute. Sorry, Richard, nice. Just looked at the dash cam, reminded me of something. Shout out to Maxabit on Steemit as well. He pointed out in one of my posts, I think it was one of the dash cam posts, that he thought the dash cam was pointing too much in the air, so we got too much sky, and I could do with it lower down. So I have moved it further up the dashboard. The dash sort of curves upwards like that, and then flattens, and I had it on the curve up. So I've now got it on sort of the flat, so it can point down more without, hopefully, without it covering too much of the bonnet. I don't know what it's doing yet. He also said that he thought Bob Bell was doing a great job with his camera positions. Sorry, Max, I'm not sticking my camera on the front of the car. Sorry, mate. It's staying. In fact, I've moved it forward. I can barely reach it now. It's a pain in the arse. I've got to reach right across. Oh, nearly put my shoulder out of joint trying to get it. But they are. So I don't know if that'll be any better or different or not. We'll see when I upload some footage. I've taken a load off the camera, but not had a chance to actually look at it yet. I need to get uploading some of them tonight. Much work to do still. Anyway, returning to Mr. Nice, because I keep getting completely off the train of thought. So Richard and his mum were Victor and Margaret Meldrew. As a young lad was screaming, but after that, but he left after that, and that was at the Maypole pub at Whalley on Sunday evening. Oh dear, you know. Noisy kids when you're out trying to relax. What a thing, eh? Classic FM having more listeners on Thursday yesterday. Really? Wasn't me. It wasn't me, but I'm sure they did have a lot of visitors. The Jeff of John Mahoney. Yes, he was... no, I've forgotten now, but I know who he was, but I've forgotten. What will you be doing in the mornings and afternoons and evenings of this weekend? Mostly this weekend, Richard, I will be on Steemit, on Steemit, on Steemit, on Steemit, on Steemit, on Steemit, go shopping on Steemit. That's probably about it, I think, maybe, I don't know. Annoyingly, I might have to do some jobs around the house and some things with the family, but I don't know, we shall see. I think generally at the moment the plan is just to get fully caught up with all the grind. So yeah. Oh no, another thing from Richard Nellis, because he sent me a separate one, but of course it wasn't in with that long block. He's going to be going to Dean Clough, I think, this weekend. So he might go down and see the Loom Lounge and his roaster. I don't know if he roasts. He does roast weekends. I'm sure he's roasting weekends. So yeah. So very good, Richard. You go and see him. Right. Let's just make our steady way now to work, and then...
Warning, K-band, radar, check speed.
I will call it a day on yet another extra long vlog. Oh, the boingy road. Boing, boing, boing. So, yes, have a good weekend and week next week. Keep up the good work, Bob. Hopefully you don't have too many late nights, though, with your current job. And I'll try and remember Gordon Keenan, Tech Reality. Honestly, I've missed if you've posted anything recently on Steemit. I should know, but I kind of missed out. So I'll have have to call back and look at that again. Another shout out to Crazy BG Adventure, who's over in, I think it's Romania, is it? I know he's in Europe somewhere. I mean, he's British, but he's obviously moved abroad. But yeah, I managed to catch another of his vlogs. I need to watch more, to be honest, of his vlogs. Key, come on, Key. The key, the magic key. Oh, he's going open. Right, so Crazy BG Adventure. So yeah, enjoying his stuff, mate. I will try and get round to a bit more of it. You know, too much to do, too little time. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. Get in 13 minutes of solid vlog and probably about 5 hours worth of creating the Steemit post once I dump all those gifts in and everything else. So okay, have a good weekend. Next week, I'll catch you in next week's vlog. See ya.